Hey guys, this is Delicious VB with another tutorial, this one being the 7th tutorial in my beginner series, and this tutorial will be on the dim feature. The dim feature is basically a feature that allows you to create your own item that exists only in the code unless stated otherwise. And I will show you how that's done. So, using the dim feature is fairly simple. First, let's delete the code from last tutorial. And in the form1 load event, we are going to have specific code. Now, the code here is we're going to dim a new object, a new item. Now, in this case, it's going to be a string. Now, you guys by now should know that a string is text. So let's say dim text or dim str. So str would be the name. So dim and then the name of your new item. So, when you create a rich text box, the automatic name is rich text box 1, but you can rename it. So dim str as, so this is what it is, as new. So you're creating a new string. Now you can do this, well actually you can't, sorry, as a new string. You have to do this, as string, and then either do this and then it'll throw a green error, meaning it's not an error, it's a warning. So it'll still run, there might be an error while running. Dim str as string, then str equals nothing, so that means there's no value. Or you can say as string equals nothing, so there's again no value. Now if you don't say what the value is, then it's probably going to throw an error depending on what's happening. Now that's dimming a string. Now, there are many different things you can dim. But one problem I realize is people going like this. And you can dim in the class. You can dim in the class and outside of the sub. By the way, a class is what the subs are in. So, see public class form1. Now, dim, let's say, again, str as string. Now you're probably like, oh, as she told me I could do this, equals nothing. Okay. It doesn't throw an error, but when you run it, it will throw an error. You can never, ever, you can never set the value of a control or an item before the application has started. So you have to do that in the form load. Now you can say str equals nothing. So, yeah, that's dimming a string. Let's dim RTB as new rich text box. Now, in this case, you can say new. It really depends. And it will say str what? Like, what's str? You don't know what str is because you didn't dim str. So let's say RTB dot text equals hello. Now, this is how you actually add the rich text box to your form. Right now, you can see it will, if you run it, it will not show up. The rich text box will not show up. It will not show up. So, to make it show up, you want to say me.controls, and me is the form. Me is the form dot controls. So the controls on the form. Me.controls dot add range. Okay. Oh, actually not range. Range is when you're adding more than one. Add, and this is a case, like I said in one of my previous videos. I think it was the fourth video. I said how some lines of code are simply executing, they're doing something, but they need additional information to do that. So let's say here add, well, okay, add control. Add what control? Add rich text box? Well, it doesn't know. Now, it's not only add what control, but add which control. Now, it might sound the same to you, but which meaning like there might be two rich text boxes. So the obvious solution is saying RTB, which is a rich text box, and it's known as a rich text box. Now, if you try to put a string in here, it's gonna be like, what the hell? It's not gonna recognize it. So you want to do that. Make sure you do that. I'm gonna quickly click save just in case. You should too. I'm gonna exit that. And so yeah, now if you debug it, boom, the rich text box appears. It's behind everything, and you can change that by saying rtb.bring to front rtb.font equals, now this, I'm just gonna say it for the sake of fonts. You do not have to copy this. No, I'm just creating a font, okay, for the rich text box to use. Doc equals doc style, not fill. Now, if you guys don't already know, which I don't expect you to, doc is like how the control sticks to the form. So say if you dock it on the right, however tall you make the form, it will always be on the right side. Let's say you dock it to the top. No matter how wide you make the form, it will always be on the top and fill in all the space on the top. Now, doc style fill, so when it's filled, it will always take up all the form space. So now you see it's filled. Now, for some reason, it wasn't brought to front. Anyway, let's just not go there. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the dim feature. So yeah, I will see you next tutorial, in which next tutorial will we will be talking a little complicated stuff that might be a little hard to understand, and it might take up 2 tutorials, but unless it takes up 2 tutorials, it will be the second to last video in the series. So, thanks for watching. Rate and comment so I can have your opinion. Subscribe to get more videos right when they come out on your beautiful YouTube homepage. Check out my site at deliciousvb.net32.net. My email is in the credits in the beginning. I will see you next time. Peace.